Do, do. Oh, we're live. Hey guys, it's Ben back with another reaction for you. We are looking at Tool today, working on Undertow. I've already reacted to Opiate. I'm gonna try to get it uploaded to YouTube. I'm not too sure what's happening. Every time I've tried to load it in, I've got it on my Patreon. By the way, come over and visit the Patreon if you guys would like. I post everything there first. It's a lot easier to do than it is to get it on YouTube, but that's only if you guys want to. Eventually, everything I will try to get onto the YouTube channel as I can. Um, but yeah, so I've been trying to get Opiate on YouTube, and for whatever reason, it keeps blocking a copyright claim. Basically, it's just saying that the video cannot be viewed by anyone on YouTube. So I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get that reaction out there onto YouTube. I don't know. I'll keep giving it a shot. Eventually, probably it'll get posted. With all that said, it is up on my Patreon page. So for you guys that are my Patreon followers, thank you for that as well. But it's already on there. So, anyways, what else? What else? What else? So I've heard few songs now from Tool. Um, their earlier stuff. I don't know any of the newer stuff, but I'm going chronological, so I'm trying to follow the albums as they come out. So Undertow and the next song, Prison Sex, I've actually heard this once before. I'm redoing the reactions because, again, YouTube is causing me to have issues so that I can't share those videos for whatever reason. So I'm going to try it again. Um, and hopefully they will let me post this reaction to and it'll go through. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the Tool stuff for whatever reason. I'm just catching all kinds of hell just to get it uploaded into YouTube. So, with all that said, hang on one second. With all that said, now I got another mouthful. And I'm going to try to be quick because I know you guys are not the type to stick around for all of this intro stuff, but I have to put it out there in the beginning. Um, So on my video, The Pot, with Tool, my first time hearing them was that song, and that reaction video received a whole lot of comments, and a couple of those comments um, came in, and they were kind of like coming at me a little bit because of a sound that my mouth was making because I was chewing on mints, um, icebreakers. Um, I actually chew on these mints because of medical reasons. My mouth, I'm on medications for anti-rejection medication that I have to take because of a liver transplant. So it causes me to have extremely dry mouth. Um, so I pop a mint in from time to time, and it keeps the saliva, reproducing in my mouth. It doesn't get dry and doesn't start making the popping sounds. The proximity effect of being too close or too far away from the microphone, guys. There's a lot of stuff involved in this reaction and stuff. So, anyways, in that reaction, there was some sounds being made with my mouth because of the dryness and the mints that I had in my mouth. I was not trying to be rude, guys, or to gross anybody out. Apparently, one guy in particular got really upset and um, was like, "Look, you're eating candy and da 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 da." I mean, look, I get it. Okay, um, I'm trying to be respectful and I'm trying to do this and have fun with it and enjoy the journey, right? Because that's what it is. It's a journey through music. Um, but a couple of things that needs to be kind of like put out there is that number one, if you're gonna be an ass or be rude, or act like a dick towards me, then you're probably going to get the same response. Just because, I've been through enough. I'm older in my life, and I don't really set too well with ignorance and people being rude. Typically, I'll just ignore most things and just kind of keep rolling and like not even let it bother me. Um, but that comment in particular kind of got to me a little bit, and anyways, my point being this, okay? Um, just be respectful. If you don't like something, or if I'm doing something you don't like, you can send me a message and be like, "Yo, this eating the candies kind of really got on my nerves. I couldn't stand it. I can't take the sounds, whatever." I mean, you could have sent the message. That would have been fine. Um, but to be a complete ass about stuff just because maybe you don't agree with it or whatever, that's whatever. Like, we're all adults and we're here for the purpose of the music and to hear the music. And okay, so my microphone sound might be a little bit too high pitch, or there's too much treble, or there's too much of this. Guys, every single one of us have a different EQ on our settings, so we all hear things differently. What I hear in my headphones may not be what you're hearing in yours, and I respect that. I try to give the best sound quality that I possibly can. I'm an audiophile. It drives me nuts whenever I hear stuff sometimes. But I don't go into their comment section like coming at them, like, oh, keep that in mind. Like, like for real, bro, like sit down. Okay. If you don't like it, just leave. Just do both of us a favor, right? Because neither one of us have time to go back and forth and be petty about this shit. So just let it roll. Let's just enjoy ourselves. So, anyways, now that I'm 5 minutes into a video that we should have already been listening to music in, um, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna drop the subject, and please, if you guys would do the same, and I would really, really appreciate that. Um, so, oh, and by the way, it's not about uh not wanting confrontation or whatever, and blah blah blah. But the point is that I don't want any confrontation, because there's no reason in having confrontation over some reaction videos on YouTube, right? I think we all have bigger issues and things to deal with. So okay, so let me go back into this mindset. Undertow, like I said, I've heard the song one time. So I don't know the song. Okay, it's gonna be a true reaction to it, because again, second time hearing a song, you don't really know everything there is to know about it. You just don't. I don't think anybody can pick up on everything the first listen. So maybe the second time listening to it, it may hit me a little different. Um, Again, I have all the other recordings on hand. I'm gonna try to post those. If it goes through, great. If not, then this is the video I'm gonna use. So just letting you guys know, I'm being honest up front. Okay. So again, I've heard the pot and I've heard the opiate EP. All, I think there's 6 songs that I heard. Um, and now we're gonna move on into this. Uh, 7 minutes in. I'm not gonna be in a rush to do my videos, guys. I'm gonna post them as they come, and you get what you get. I hope you're cool with that as just as much as I am. So let's listen to Intolerance, please. Please. Everything's gonna mess with me today. It's gonna be all right. I don't want to be hostile. First lyric.
I don't wanna be
I cannot tolerate. How guilt, how blame, how been far too sympathetic. How blood, how fault, how been far too sympathetic. How your innocence, hang on one second. I want to see something because at first he's saying you lie and cheat and steal, right? Um, isn't that part of a military thing, the lie, cheat, steal thing? I've heard those words put together like that before. Not really sure where. Give me a second, I'll look it up. Well, let's finish the song and then I'll look up lie, cheat, and steal. I really feel like that's maybe it was a movie, something. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. I cannot tolerate you. You lie, cheat, and steal. And then he changes it to our guilt, our blame. I've been far too sympathetic. So that's meaning that he's taking the blame off of them and putting it back on himself as if I'm letting you get away with it, then I'm just as much a part of the problem, right? Um, I've been far too sympathetic. Our blood, our fault. I've been far too sympathetic. I am not innocent. Okay, so yeah, um, you were not innocent. Maybe the lie, cheat, and steal part is just because I've heard the song once before, and maybe this part is just kind of sticking back out to me because of that. Um, I cannot tolerate you. I will not tolerate you. I will go down beside you. I must go down beside you. No one is innocent. I will go down beside you. I must go down beside you. No one is innocent. And that's how he ends it. Um, okay, so I guess we'll just keep listening, and then I do think that that's part of some sort of military thing, the lie, cheat, and steal thing. All right, damn it, Tool. I got a feeling that there's going to be a lot of this with this band. Um, lie, cheat, and steal. Lie, cheat, and steal. It says Tool intolerance. Board game. Lie, cheat, and steal. I don't know nothing about no damn board game. Meaning maybe. Lie, cheat, and steal refers to dishonest, unethical behaviors designed to gain an unfair advantage or benefit by others' expense. Uh, I don't know. Maybe it's just part of me knowing just lie, cheating, and steal is just in our experiments, we've shown that if we go one person to cheat, and I'm just trying to find something that says anything about it, but it doesn't really say. Maybe it's just terminology. Well, let me do this. Um, lie, cheat, and steal, military. I want to see something. I'm sure that I've heard that used in a military term. I guess I could have done this on my own time, but we're here for it now. So the standard honor code states a cadet will not lie, cheat, or steal, nor tolerate those who do. It serves as the ethical foundation. You see, he said tolerate in this song too. I will not tolerate you. I think this is a military song. Um, Cadet will not lie, cheat, or steal, nor tolerate those who do. It serves as the ethical foundation for training future military officers, establishing that a leader's word must be entirely trustworthy. Um, Show me some more. Mission of truth designed to deceive, mislead others. No, no, no. Institutions that enforce the code. The code is strictly utilized by premier training institutions, including United States Military Academy at West Point, United States Air Force Academy, Naval Academy and Coast Guard Academy, senior military colleges like the Citadel and the Virginia Military Institute. Okay, so the Cadet Honor Code. Cadet will not lie, cheat, and steal or tolerate those who do. Okay, well, I'm guessing now I know for a fact that this is a military song. So I'm just curious how we go from, I don't know, how we go from, oh, I guess it makes sense. Intolerance, I will not tolerate you. It's a military thing. No one is innocent. And he's saying that if he tolerates you and allows you to lie, cheat, and steal, then he's just as guilty as you are. So, all right, let's get back into the song. I'm sorry, guys, that went off on a way longer tangent than I expected, but it kind of stood out to me for there. Like, I'm pretty sure it was because I've heard it before. The lie, cheat, and steal part just keeps popping up in my head, and I keep hearing that part over and over again. So let's keep going. I'm gonna back it up just a little bit, and then we'll go back in. Okay, so just a couple of things from my end, I would say. And listening to Opiate before hearing this, I think sonically there's a big difference between that first EP sound versus this album sound. And I say that not that the EP to me was anything less than. I'm not saying that it was bad. I'm saying that it was it felt new, right? It felt like Like, there wasn't a whole lot behind it yet. It felt like they were kinda like a new issue or a new band, um, on Opiate is what I'm talking about because I don't know that this is gonna make it to YouTube, um, the way that it should have with, like, Opiate being first. You guys seeing me react to that and then this, so I'm just trying to keep it in chronological order for you guys, as far as how I heard it. Um, I think that with the Opiate EP, there was a I personally feel there was a little room for improvement, is what I'm trying to say, sonically. Not that the musicianship wasn't there or that lyricism wasn't there. All that stuff was there. I just don't know that they had enough oomph behind them yet in order to make as large of an impact as I would like. Uh, I say I would like. I mean more like what I would like for to hear as a first time, like, oh wow, like the big wow moments. Um, I just don't know that Opiate. I don't think I had any big, huge like wow moments on any of those songs. This one hits me a little different, I think maybe for 2 reasons. One, because I've heard the song once before, now it's a little bit more familiar, and I say it all the time that your first reaction to a song, your first reaction, right, is gonna be just an initial like, "Wow, I'm introduced to it." Your second reaction is like, "Okay, I know it a little bit. I've heard the jam before. It's kind of familiar." But I'm like, okay, cool." And then it's kinda sticks out a little bit more in your mind. Third reaction, I feel like you start to kind of familiarize yourself with what you're hearing, um, both from the lyricism as well as the musicianship behind it. So you start to get a little bit more of an understanding. I think by the time we listen to songs on repeat over and over again, if you ever notice whenever I don't know, maybe it was different for you guys than it was for me, but when I was younger and I would get an album, I would familiarize myself with all of it, but then there were always those certain tracks that would pop out and it's like, "Oh wow, this is a great song." Um, but the more you listen to the album as a whole, the more everything makes sense to you, the more that you enjoy the whole album. That's what I'm trying to say, right? It took me 23 damn minutes to get to that point, but that is my point, right? Is that the more I hear of Tool, each song, sonically, I feel like I understand them a little better for every song, and that in and of itself is freaking huge. I think personally, because typically it takes either a couple of songs or even sometimes you can go through a whole album and only find one or two songs that out of the whole album that you're like, wow, that was a cool song. Um, but I feel like with Tool, it's a little bit different. I feel like this is gonna be more of like we were talking about in the comment section, more of a journey. You guys say spiral out. I saw a lot of that in my comment section where you're like, dude, just go down the rabbit hole, spiral out. Um, so that's why I'm thinking that it's important that I discuss and talk about this stuff chronologically as far as what I've heard and where we are. Not because I can break Tool's music down any better than anyone else can. I can't. I'm not saying that at all, and I'm not in any way trying to wear that hat or that crown to say that I can hear this and just pick it all apart and come up with all of the greatest commentary about what I'm hearing. No way, dude. It would take, I think, multiple listens, as I've said, in order to really get the full grasp of what we're hearing. Now, I will say, as a bass player, and that's predominantly what I listen to for most when I'm listening, um, Justin Chancellor or whoever it was. No, this is Paul D. Amour. I've slaughtered and tearing the names all up, but anyways, um, so when I listen to the bass player, I feel like a lot of these songs are driven by the bass, which I dig. I think that's freaking awesome. Um, a lot of songs, the bass will be the beginning factor of a song, the punch. Um, and then the rest of the musicians kind of just jump in and it all becomes just one big jam, is what it feels like to me. That's how I feel, if I were playing bass with the other musicians that I'm listening to on this, then that's what it would be. I feel like every song is just a jam, and it starts out one way, and then by the time you get to the end, you've been through a whole different journey. So it's pretty cool. Um, I'm not gonna give you guys any kind of like idea as to whether or not like I'm a fan of the music or not. Obviously, I really enjoy it. I like it. I've heard a couple of songs so far that I'm like, wow, this is a banger. Um, yeah, this I could consider that a banger. The lie, cheat, and steal part is obviously stuck in my head, and it stuck out a lot to the point that it made me go and actually search. Yeah, lyrics and like yeah, so it's a great song. All right, let's move on. I am not going to be fast about this in any way, guys. So if you're expecting to jump in, watch a reaction, and then jump out, and it just be like that, that's not going to happen. So I'm just being honest up front and with you guys, like along the ride, just letting you know that it's a reaction video. You're here to get my reaction. You want to know what I'm thinking? I'm trying to explain it. Okay. It's not going to be perfect. Nothing about my videos are perfect. I don't sit here and edit my videos to make them this big old awesome thing. It's real. Okay. You get what you get. So not that's what we're doing, right? Let's do this next. Oh, um, let me before the song starts, let me just say this, and I'm gonna put in the description below. I'll mention as well, just out of respect to anyone that might be listening to this. Um, hopefully, you kind of already have an idea or an understanding of what this song is about. I've heard this song, um, the last time I listened to this. Yeah, there's some shock value in this, and there's some sensitive topics, around sexual, um, ideas and things that have or will happen in life, that you'll hear about, or maybe unfortunately some people have probably lived it and experienced it. So I'm just trying to be respectful and letting you guys know up front, trigger warning that. There could be some topics in this song that are really sensitive to some folks. So please let's keep the comments, um, around this video, around this comment section, around this song. Let's keep it respectful, guys, and keep in mind that other people are reading some of these comments. So let's just try to be, decent in some way. So, all right, let's go. Prison Sex. We're going to listen to it again. Um, I think it's an important song, and I think we should listen to it. So, we're going to. Um, yeah, so this is a tough song, guys. I know that a lot of you probably already know that. You've heard this song. You've probably sat with this song throughout the years. I think this album is from like 92 or 1993, something like that. Um, so I'm sure that this is not going to be your first time hearing it. And if it is, I mean, wow. Um, so the do unto you now what has been done to me. Um, some of that has like a religious connotation to it. It feels like in some ways he could be twisting this to go either way. For one sweet moment, I am a whole released in sodomy. I need you to feel this close enough so I can smell you. Won't you come a bit closer? So it starts off, and he's kind of talking about himself, or it took me so long to or to remind myself what just happened. Um, so young and vestal, then you know it hurt me. And then he brings mention back to family, something about flesh and blood. Um, and then do unto others or what has been done to you, the whole golden rule thing. My lamb and martyr, you look so precious. Won't you come a bit closer? Dude, this is some deep, deep stuff. Um, yeah. I mean, he went there, right? Um, have you witnessed that blood and flesh can't be trusted? Um, and only this one holy medium brings me peace of mind. Got your hands bound, your head down, your eyes closed. You look so precious now. It's terrible, guys. And look, I personally have not had to experience this. What we're topic we're talking about. I think you guys know what the topic is. I mean, it's pretty obvious. And if you have, I am so sorry. It's horrible. I mean, uh, just the thought in my mind is like, whew. Um, so I'm just keeping it real with you, just because this is not a. I don't think that this video is gonna be one of like, oh yeah, rock out, dude. It's nothing like that on this video. I feel like this is a heavy topic, um, and the respect that this song I think it requires a level of respect that many people from a shock value, maybe the first time they hear this are like, and they get like, I don't want to use the word offended, but they're like, oh my gosh, why is he talking about all this like that? And there's another song out there. I'm sure you guys have probably heard it from Korn. The name of the song is Daddy. And there's a lot of that's one of the that if I think that is the hardest song that I've ever had to get through. The first time I heard that, I know it. I remember exactly where I was sitting and who I was with, the room I was in, like everything about it. I remember that moment. That's one of those like, what in the hell did I just listen to? Right? I think that this song has a lot of that feel in it, in that it's a very real topic. It's something that happens that we can't close our eyes to and turn our backs and be like, oh, I don't know anything. I don't want to know anything. I don't think that that's the way to handle these situations. I think opening up and being able to have an adult conversation about the sexual misconduct of some people. And the I think the thing that I feel like I'm getting from this song is a little different, is that it's talking about what has happened to me, but then it starts talking about what's happening to you. So you want to do unto others what has been done to yourself. So if this happened to you, there's a vicious cycle in this, and that maybe they repeat it and then they become the abuser versus being the abused. So yeah, there's a lot going on with this song. Um, it's it's just heavy, man. It's just heavy. This is the type of song that sits on your heart for a while and makes you think, you know, yeah. And I know a lot of people who have been abused, and I know one person that in particular that was actually the abuser, that is now serving life in jail because of it. And no one would have ever thought that that would have been the case, you know? So yeah, this is heavy, guys. Um, let's get back into it. I'm sorry, I'm kind of rambling a little bit because it's just a heavy subject matter. It is.
Last can be trusted. Holy, this one, holy, medium with no peace of mind. Got your hands bound and your hair down and your eyes closed. You look so precious now.
Okay, so damn, I'm sorry, I'm stopping already. I don't know if you guys, I know you've heard it. Obviously, you just heard it. There was a line where they did a walk, and it came back in. I wanted to say before I hit play, but I hit play before, so I'm just gonna say it now. Um, take the subject matter out of the song, right? Um, the lyrics. Take that out for just one moment, okay? And hang on to it over here on this side of your brain. The left side of your brain, think about the music, the musicality behind this, right? There is a level of playing that these guys are playing right now that is like, I think it's an early example of what's to come. Now again, I don't know Tool like you guys know Tool. I know Tool by like 2 songs maybe. Like I know the song Sober, right? I've heard, I don't know if I've heard the whole song or not sober through the years. I've heard parts of it, like the chorus. I've heard a couple of times, and then like friends have been like, "Dude, you got to check out this," and they would show me. Obviously that was one of the songs that they would bring up, and then the other ones I don't even know the names of them, so I couldn't even tell you. I know like there was a bass lead in or something once that was really, really, really catchy. That I was like, "Damn, that's really awesome," and then I never listened to it or whatever. So, but yeah, so this dude, just the musicianship behind it is it's next level. Like I think it was I don't know, an inclination of what's to come. Like it was gonna be a funky band, dude, because these guys are playing. It's not like they're just playing little 4 chord melodies and shit. This is like they're getting down, right? They're playing. So what I'm hearing in the background is so like just bad to the bone, but then I hear the lyrical content, and then it makes me feel guilty for wanting to jam to it. Like I really want to just be like, but the lyrical content is making me think so much that I feel like I almost feel guilty for wanting to rock out to this damn song. But this song is rocking, dude. I mean, it's really rocking. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents. I'm just throwing it back out there. This is freaking cool.
Just now.
love that sound. Okay, so all right, so next is sober. Huh. Okay, I just talked about that song. Um, all right, well, I'm excited to get to that one. It's not going to be on this video. I'm going to do two songs in each reaction. I just spent almost 45 minutes talking about these two songs and a little intro that I did. So I don't think I'm going to talk too much more. My throat's swelling up on me already. So I will say that yeah, the last song, "Prison Sex," is it's rocking. The music side of it, like I said, is kick ass. Lyrical content is obviously way deep. It's seriously makes you sit down and think. Um, where the prey becomes the predator in the end, almost. Um, out of the idea that yeah, I mean it's pretty deep. That's deep. That's super deep. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that one alone, and allow for the people who want to stand up and talk about it. I think that's one of those songs that it's their story to tell, not mine. So, um, yeah, you don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna pretend to know what I don't know. There it is. That's gonna be my statement for the video. I'm not gonna pretend to know what I don't know anything about, right? So I will not pretend to know what I don't know. All right. Listen, I'm gonna keep doing my best to put out the best quality videos that I possibly can as far as sound is concerned. If you do notice anything in my sound now on your side of the screen that is clicky, or if it sounds so overly whatever that you just can't stand to listen to my video, obviously I want to know that. Again, you can't know what you don't know. So if I can't hear it on my end, then I need you to tell me from your end. Um, I think when I listen back to some of my videos, which I don't do very often, I've done it a few times. The few times that I have was pretty clear and it sounded pretty decent. So I didn't think there was that much going on, but I guess on that video, there was stuff going on in the background that I didn't realize was going to be an issue, and for that I apologize if it was a bothersome video for you. But I hope you were able to get through it some way. Anyways, listen, uh, let's just be cool, you know. keep the comment section decent, and there's no reason to be hateful or ugly towards people. Uh, Time is way too valuable, and life is way too short to be having context and comment wars in YouTube. I just I'm not gonna do it. I'll just delete the damn video if it's that big of a deal, or I'll just keep deleting the comments that are stupid and negative because it's my channel. Guess who wins in the end, right? Anyways, all right, guys, I appreciate you being here. I do. Um, and I'm gonna do my best to analyze and listen to these songs. But keep in mind, um, it's their music, right? So my opinion is just my opinion, and just because my opinion is I like it or I don't really like it, it's not my jam. Doesn't mean it's a trash song. It just means that it may not be my jam. So that's all I'm saying. Anyways, um, that song was banging. The first song was banging. And I'm excited to get to sober and finally hear that whole song as a whole for once. So, anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all take care.